Hey everybody, still here. Daily Market Pulse, Tuesday, June 3rd. So stocks down, indexes down, they cool off. Higher volume it appears, but I don't think the drops were large enough to constitute a distribution day. The data is not fully out yet, so we have to wait and hold off maybe an extra day to figure that one out. As of yet, a little too early perhaps. There's the Dow Jones having dropped a little bit. Everything's kind of just cooling off. We're looking for a little bit of a pullback probably toward the window, 8 moving average, something like that. The polarity change at 16.7 or so. S&P, kind of the same situation, sideways doji. You see it's quieting down. When that happens, you're looking for a pullback typically, especially when it's overbought like it is for several days. 8 moving average onto the window, 1900 makes the most sense. We'll see if that's the case. And here's the NASDAQ, gaps lower. Green candle, yes, but red for the day. Small drop in price. Holds at the 8 moving average, but the window right below it, 4,200. TSX continues its bounce back toward resistance. No big deal there. It's in a box formation. It could go a little higher still, has room still to the pivots. Could do that. We'll see if that's what they do. US dollar, Canadian dollar held yesterday looking like it should bounce higher. It did, but where to, how high? 50-day moving average, 110 maybe. So far, so good. Euro, on the other hand, was doing the opposite. It was below. It did bounce again a little bit today, but still below 200, below an 8, below the pivot. Treasuries, on the other hand, selling along with the markets even more aggressively. So markets are down, treasuries are down. Weird. Japanese yen, kind of the same thing. That's the start of a new month. I guess that's what's happening here. They are shifting portfolio. Gold quieting down. Size of the candles are smaller. Targets still remain 1220 to 1200, however, at least it appears, unless they want to come back and retest a portion. Same thing with silver. It's just right there at the former pivot area. Crossed there at 1865 and holding at least for the time being. Crude at least briefly pausing after multiple days on the downside. I believe percentage-wise, this is actually a good place for it to stop. It's like at the 6.8, I believe, near the moving averages as well. Could drop a little bit lower if it goes to the 50% retracement, but right now holding fairly well here. Looking for a possible bounce higher. If not, it could go a little bit lower. Okay, small caps. Remember, it looked a lot like the Nasdaq, but you see the multiple days already sideways to down. It actually came through the window finally today into the moving averages, into a kind of a, well, it's 111.50 essentially with the moving averages right there in the window as well. So it could hold here. It might even drop a little further, but it could hold here fairly easily. And then you got the VIX having popped just a little bit on the upside on the open, but then fading a little bit. So it finished green, but barely green as the markets finished barely red as well.